And here's Sniffen, the pitch. This ball is hit well. It's going back, it is back, and it is out of here. Jenna Sniffen with a 3-run home run. Maryknoll takes a 3-0 lead in the top of the first inning. Jenna Sniffen and the Spartans 1 out away from making history. Sniffen's ready. Here's the 0-2. There's strike 3, and that's it. Maryknoll wins. The Spartans are Division I varsity state softball champions. There is just not enough we can say about the sophomore standout Jenna Sniffen in the circle, bringing with her a big bat as well for the Spartans. And she's proven to everybody exactly how problematic she is going to be for any team that has to face Maryknoll these next couple of years.
Jenna has always thought of herself as a silent leader and someone who sets the team standard for effort and hard work. She's not someone who's satisfied with championships, accolades, or awards, no matter how many come her way. Jenna is known as a great softball player by her teammates, opponents, and in the softball community because of her hunger for improvement and her willingness to embrace adversity head-on.
Athleticism is by far by none. A lot of times you see good pitchers be decent to good hitters, but not good hitters, good pitchers. It's hard to explain what I'm talking about, but when you grow up pitching all your life, you hit, secondary is hitting. When you grow up playing in the field all your life, pitching is secondary.
I think that constant drive to get better and to exceed expectations that people set for you is what drives me to want to be better for my team. You never want to be complacent with your play at any time, because once you start getting comfortable, there's going to be people who catch up to you. And I think that mentality of I want to get better, I want to do this, I want to do that is what drives me to want to be better than I was last season or the season before.
The IQ that she has for the game, it kind of transponds onto the field like she's another coach out there. But on top of that, she's like really ultra competitive when it comes to this sport. Nothing else in life but just this sport is really what drives her. You see a different side of her.
She probably commands the field pretty well in the infield. Making sure everybody understands what they're doing, what's happening.
Yeah, she's like a natural born leader in a sense, and she really fills the role of being a leader. Whenever we're having issues on the field, she tries to bring the energy back up, or she tries to get us to pick it up because she knows we can do better.
Jenna was just about 2 years old when she picked up the bat for the first time, and although it was just a small plastic bat and a pink princess ball, this is where Jenna's journey with baseball and softball began.
I came home one day and she was in the yard with her pigtails that she used to put her in, up in her hair, and she had her diaper on, and she had a little dress on, and the auntie was sitting there throwing those little balls, like the Disneyland balls and stuff at her. She had a plastic bat, and she was just hitting it.
She was in her pull-ups, pigtails, she was in a little pink and brown dress, and she goes, "You gotta watch this," and she underhand pitched her. Granted, she was pretty close, but she launched it over the roof of the house, and I was like, what is going on?
Before making the transition to softball at the age of 11, Jenna honed her skills at baseball. She was a force to be reckoned with, despite being the only girl on the field.
Well, she started playing when she was officially 5, up until probably the age of 11. We started trying to transition her to softball, but she enjoyed playing baseball more than softball. She loved being around the guys, the boys. She loved being, competitive. On the field, it didn't really matter. Big ball, small ball, boys or girls, she carried her talent no matter where she went.
Jenna gained a reputation as a great hitter not only in Hawaii, but all over the country. At a tournament in Arizona, she stood out not only because she was the only girl on the field, but because she was one of the best hitters in the tournament. Her success in Arizona is what eventually led her decision to pursue a college softball career at the University of Arizona.
There was a time when Jenna was traveling. We were going on our first baseball trip, and she basically went out to the tournament. We played 5 games. She had 10 at-bats. She went 9 for 10. She had 5 home runs, and she was the only one that hit it out of the park. She did intentionally walk through the last couple at-bats. I think playing both sports allowed her to transition easier into softball, definitely, but playing so much allowed her IQ and everything, the level of play, to come out because she was playing so much on both sides.
Having played in the Softball Little League World Series in 2019 and in various prestigious tournaments across the country, playing in the Hawaii High School State Softball Tournament felt like home for the young sophomore at the time. In 2022, Jenna and the Maryknoll Softball team were able to accomplish something that had never been done before in school history: win a Division I softball state championship. Despite being only a junior in high school, Jenna's experiences has given her a unique perspective on what it takes to be a championship caliber team. She leverages this to motivate her teammates and push them to become more than what they think they're capable of.
When she came to 9th grade, she was very mature. That's the elements that you cannot teach, right? You can't tell them to get ready to play because they don't understand what ready to play is.
Last year was super rewarding for us because we went through a lot of adversity in our season, and whether it was the team or other aspects outside of my team that we couldn't control, we fought really hard for where we needed to be and where we felt like we needed to be.
We were 1-3 after 4 games last year, right? Then we started kind of like working with Jenna. We have great pitching coach staff with the husband and wife and the Labasans. And she started working really hard on that screwball. That if you notice on the last 3 batters that she struck out to win the state championship against Iolani, right, was all screwballs. Which was something she never had even perfected at the mid part of the season. It just actually solidified everything for us to become a really good team.
Softball is often characterized as a game of failure, and particularly at the plate. A batter may only find success 3 out of 10 times and still be considered great. Playing this game has given Jenna the opportunity to learn life lessons and mature both on and off the field.
I think softball is a game about learning. You fail more than you succeed, and it's all about how you learn from it and basically how you're going to change to make it better and not let it happen again. I think every game there's a new learning opportunity, and the game provides you with opportunities as it goes on, whether you want it to or not. And I just think it's more of how you take those opportunities and what you're going to do with the information that you learn from yourself being in the last position as opposed to your next shot.
Jenna is extra motivated, especially after games or practices, to invest in additional training because she knows there's an edge to be gained over those who aren't working as hard.
Honestly, for me and my brother too, my dad, off days are rare. We'll come home from school, if we're not in season for high school or for intermediate for him, we're on the treadmill running, or we're running hills, and after that it's straight to the cage or straight in the backyard and field ground balls. And it's like some days you're not going to want to do it, and I get that all the time because you're tired from school, you're just exhausted and you feel like why am I doing this? But you have to remember what everybody else is doing when you're working hard. Most people won't go home after a game and be like, hey, I want to do more,
Moving forward, she just wants to compete at the highest level possible, which is amazing, coming from that little girl swinging a little plastic bat.
Really, what you see is what you get. Her intensity is unbelievable. That the knowledge of the game, right? With Jenna, it's all about being the best of the best. And so you can be the best athlete, but if you're not the best student athlete, then she's going to strive for that.
She's competitive. She's very competitive, and when she gets intense, How I see it is that she knows we can do better, and like we're not playing at our best ability, so she wants to push us to do better. She wants to like push me to get better because she knows I can do better, and I appreciate that a lot of times because then that pushes me like, okay, I gotta pick it up like mid-game.
Complacency is not a feeling that Jenna gets after winning a state championship or being named the Gatorade Player of the Year, because she knows there's still more work to do. Even after Jenna graduates from this program, she hopes that her work ethic has a lasting impact on Maryknoll Softball.
Her legacy basically is to build the Maryknoll program, right? I've been here 18 years. The first 12 years, we had people that were decent and people that just came in to learn the game. And, we started getting more competitive. But when Jenna came in, we became a team to be reckoned with. We became so solid. She envisions that all the time for the future. There's not so much for her to do as an individual. It's leaving a legacy of what a Maryknoll athlete should be, right? Commitment to the program, high GPA, great leadership would be the top three.
I would just hope that in one way, or in some ways, that I would make an impact not only on the field but off the field. I would like to be remembered as somebody who younger athletes can look up to. I just hope that the legacy I live here is something that sets precedent for the next generation of people that come through this program.
Numbers don't lie. With a batting average over 500 in her 3 high school seasons, Jenna is undoubtedly one of the best softball players in the state. But it's her tenacity and dedication to the sport that truly makes her a difference maker.